everyone, this is Carly Smart, your Mrs. New Jersey Sells Homes at the beautiful Bell Works with the Mortgage Sisters, Nicole and Vanessa. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, you're very welcome. I'm so excited to tell my viewers a little bit more about what you do and what's happening in the market in terms of lending products. But first, I want to talk about the new issue of Goldstone Living, which you'll find the Mortgage Sisters, Vanessa and Nicole, in our very own article. If you want your complimentary copy of Goldstone Living, please connect with me. My information is below. Vanessa and Nicole, so I'm going to give you the floor. Tell me a little bit about yourselves and what you guys do at Cross Country.
All right, so we both are loan officers. We work for Cross Country Mortgage. We actually grew up together. We're best friends and we married brothers, so we're sister-in-laws.
But everybody thinks we're sisters.
We're twins. I had the pleasure of joining Nicole about a year ago at Cross Country. We're with the Foreman team in North Jersey. Absolutely love them.
I've been a lender for about 15 years almost, dating myself now. But I'm so happy that Vanessa joined me. Now we are the Mortgage Sisters.
Thank you guys so much for coming. So what is the difference between an FHA loan and a conventional loan?
So FHA loans are backed by the government and you only need 3.5% to put down. And they're typically easier to qualify for, where conventional loans you put 5% down.
So with the market changing, we're seeing less cash sales in the market and more products being utilized. What are some tips and tricks that you recommend to your clients to be able to get their foot in the door to use one of your products versus fighting against someone that still has cash?
Well, first of all, one of the biggest misconceptions is that you need 20% to put down. So you really could put 3 to 5% down to purchase a home.
Depending on the bucket you fit into, if you're a first-time home buyer, depending on your credit score and how you qualify, there are so many different loan programs and options that we could help you with.
And you'll be able to connect with Vanessa and Nicole, the Mortgage Sisters, a little bit more in detail because every person is different and every scenario is going to be different. So being FHA versus conventional might be good for one, but another person might be better for something else. And if we're talking about a veteran, then there's a whole nother VA program for them.
Yes.
So when I get a client, the first thing I ask them is, are you pre-approved? And if they say yes, that's great. If they say no, I then go, you need to connect with a lender like the Mortgage Sisters. What do they do next?
Well, first, we do love to have, a nice initial phone call with our client and get to know our client. And what we do is what we call it our discovery questions. So we want to get to know them a little bit better and see what their goals are in their home buying journey.
We help with all of this, but we want to know what their budget is, how much they want to be able to spend on a monthly payment, how much money they have towards a transaction, so how much we're looking to put down. And a lot of people forget that there's closing costs, there's escrows, there's prepaids. So there's a lot that goes into it. So we just like to get kind of like a full picture of what our clients' goals are first.
Awesome, and that's super important, especially because one price point might close the door to certain homes or open up the doors to certain homes.
Right, and you want to know where
where
you should be searching, what price range you should be searching in and what you can afford.
Exactly, and I love that you talked about closing costs because that's definitely something that buyers don't really put into consideration, the fees after the fact. Okay, we found a home, we're pre-approved, we're moving forward. What do we do next?
The next step after you're out of attorney review, that's when we actually start our process. Because what a lot of people don't realize is when you're in attorney review, other people could still make offers on the house. It's not technically yours. So once we're out of attorney review, that's when we get the ball rolling on our end. We could talk about locking in the interest rate. We should have all your documents by then. We submit everything into processing and work on the approval. And that's when the client would order the home inspection. And then if everything goes well with that, then we order the appraisal.
What kind of documents do your clients need in order to be pre-approved and move forward with the process?
Well, we have to verify income and assets are the two main things that we have to verify, and we do a credit check as well. As far as documents go, it all depends on who your employer is. If you're self-employed, yes, we are going to need more documents. Most likely, we're going to need 2 years of W-2s, 30 days of pay stubs, sometimes 2 years of tax returns, and 2 months of bank statements.
So lots of information that we need to make sure buyers have even before we go look at homes. And I think that's really important because that might tell you, okay, you talk to hand in hand, the agents work with the lenders, and it's really important for that open line of communication, because Nicole or Vanessa might call me up and say, hey, Judy's not going to be able to qualify for this particular home. Let's try to find her a different property.
Yes.
We want to make sure that both
Everybody's prepared.
Exactly.
And it's very important that you are pre-approved before you go look, because in this market, we know there's not really a lot of homes available. So when you find something and you want to make an offer, you really want to jump on it quick.
100%. That's probably the best advice today that we need to make sure that the buyers understand is you have to be ready. You have to have all your ducks in a row if you're really serious about the buying process.
Otherwise, you're going to lose that home,
And that's not fun. So we've already been through the inspection process. We
Order the appraisal.
It appraises.
Yay.
We're gearing towards the closing date. What's happening now with you guys?
So we will get the mortgage commitment, which is also known as the mortgage approval. And then there's going to be some conditions. You're probably going to have to get your homeowner's insurance. We're going to have to clear title work. And once everything is approved and cleared, then we send your file to closing. And they work on all the final figures and get you ready for the closing table.
It sounds so exciting, the process. It's making me remember my own closing process. And it's definitely nerve-wracking because there's different points that you might need more information, or hiccups could happen, whether it falls through during an inspection or it doesn't appraise. And we want to make sure that we have everything in order. What would you say would be the average time that a person would need in order to close using lending options?
Well, we have done closings in 2 weeks before. I can't say it was very fun, but I would say on average, like a comfortable time frame is 30 to 45 days.
What are some things that are currently going on that you guys have that we could share with our viewers?
We have a wonderful program called a renovation loan. I love this one because you could home shop and open up the door to lots of different homes if you could just imagine being able to fix that home up. So if you're buying a home that needs work and you want to finance the renovations into the home, what we do is we go off the after appraised value of the home. So you could do your dream kitchen, you could add a roof, you could expand your family room and give it an open concept. So if you could just imagine fixing up the home, you would open up the door to a lot more options when you're home buying.
And I really love that you talked about this product, because it's, as an agent, it's challenging because a lot of times people are budgeted out.
100%.
And when you have that type of product, you then can make it your own. And I personally like buying a home that I can customize 100% to myself. So it opens the door to more opportunities that our buyers can get into.
There's 8 different renovation products, so something to fit every home for sure.
What are some other products that you guys like working?
So we have a really cool product. It's called Buy Before You Sell. So a lot of people have equity tied up in their current home and they want to move and buy a new home, but they need that equity. And they're just losing out on making offers, but their offer is contingent on them selling their other home. So this is a solution for them. It's essentially like a modern bridge loan. So it's 0% bridge loan. It lets you make non-contingent offers. And then you have like 120 days afterwards to sell your home.
I think these are great options, especially I had a client that wanted to do that, but they couldn't. You need a non-contingent offer in order to be, exactly. When you see a contingency, put to the bottom of the pile. And even though we're seeing more inventory and the market is shifting from a seller's to more of a balanced market, we're still seeing multiple offers. We're still seeing well over ask. It's still the nature of this particular area. The Monmouth and Ocean County is booming.
Hot,
And there's nothing that we're going to change about it. We're a desirable area because we're at the shore, but we're also a commuting area. And those two factors just make Monmouth and Ocean County their own little world. I don't want to call it a bubble because it's not a bubble, it's a world. So I'm going to connect you with Vanessa and Nicole, the Mortgage Sisters. In the show notes below, you'll be able to have their contact information to get more information about the products they talked about.
And don't forget, if anyone is interested in anything we spoke about today, there's not just one program for one person.
So whether you're a first-time home buyer, whether you're a seasoned investor looking to pull some equity out of your house and do a refinance or a home equity line of credit, we got you covered.
We have something for everyone.
Yes, we would love the opportunity to help.
Thank you so much for joining me. And don't forget to get your copy of Goldstone Living featuring Vanessa and Nicole.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. Have a good one.
Bye.